Is that going? That's going. Right. Chris, we did it. We made it. We're finally making
Hello.
we're making a channel. Brand new season for
This is our first
2022.
video.
Exactly. This is going to be our first video. So, brand new season 2022, new channel for 2022. I'm going to move my face again. Whoopsie. That's not what I wanted to move. I wanted to move this. Okay, cuz you leaned back. So now I have to move my face again. Okay.
Oh, oh,
Oop. Ah.
sorry.
Okay.
I'm throwing the system off.
Just okay, we're good. I think we're okay. Um, yeah. So Chris actually went to LA, so we're doing this through a Skype call for the first one. We should be in a regular recording for Daytona, but anyway, you actually got to go down, and we talked before. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, we had mentioned parking and pricing, and I said it was going to be a nightmare. So how bad actually was the parking and pricing down there for?
Um, Saturday it was pretty. It wasn't too bad because there wasn't a lot of people that went, of course, for qualifying. I think we paid about $35 for
Oh, that's
parking,
not bad at all.
which wasn't too terrible. The second day, actually, when we were driving back, we were thinking about getting parking, and the usual parking spot for the LA Coliseum sold out. So we had to go look for parking elsewhere. And it was getting very concerning because at one point we saw that people were charging about $100 for parking, and we're thinking
No.
like, oh no, we're gonna have to pay for $100 for parking. So we just said that we'll drive up there and try and figure out like what we'll do. And luckily we found parking for like $40, and actually it was a lot better too because you weren't congested with all those people in the parking lot. So we were able to get out pretty quick.
Oh, okay. So you were a little bit further away, but you didn't get stuck.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it wasn't too bad. Actually ended up working out.
Okay, because I was on Twitter
So
about an hour
I think the
ago
actual
too.
parking for the
Sorry,
yeah, I think the
I'll let you
parking for
finish.
the actual Coliseum was about $50. So it was a little bit about $10 cheaper. So it wasn't too bad.
Okay. Did you swing by the concession stands? Because this was a bet we took too. We said, was it going to be more or less expensive than championship race? And I think it landed about the
Oh,
same.
I think it was about the same. It was the same because I think the hot dogs were about $8.
Yeah.
Beers were like $15. So it was pretty much the same as like a championship race.
Yeah, I was about the same. Because I saw that on Twitter. I was scrolling around Twitter and people were like, oh my God, there's $9 hot dogs and all this stuff. And I was just like, yeah, that sounds about right. I'm not surprised by that in any way, shape, or form. But
Yeah. What's funny is that like when we first got there, it was at $7, and then it's like, oh, we're not ready yet. So we came back later, and they bumped it
we're
up to
not
like
ready
$1.
yet.
I'm like,
Shame.
wow, okay.
For shame.
They needed more time to bump the money up.
They're like, wait, what you're reading is wrong. It's actually more expensive than what you're seeing. We haven't put the price up yet.
We
But
haven't finalized the price yet.
the one thing I want to talk about super fast before we get into the actual races is you were there in person. I did not go to LA. I am in my nice little studio.
Hmm.
The TV coverage was ass. Not gonna lie. Like the booth with Tony
That's what I
Stewart in
heard.
the booth was fantastic. Like the commentary from the booth was really good. They were trying their best to work with what they had. I don't know what the TV cameras are doing. Like it's a quarter-mile track and they were missing so much. I was like, I like the graphics package. That's something Fox did bring a new graphics package. In case you didn't know, Chris.
Hmm.
I actually like it. I think
No.
it's okay. People complain about the doodle drivers, but I don't hate the doodle drivers like most people do. It's something new and
Yeah.
interesting that I like. But in terms of the actual camera coverage for the race, the amount of obvious things that they missed were incredible.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like I was looking on Twitter throughout like the breaks of the races, and people were saying that the coverage wasn't great. So they were definitely like doing a lot of close-ups um, throughout the race, and they kind of missed a lot of key points. So
They also missed
um,
a lot of. They had a lot of onboard too on a little quarter
yeah,
mile short track, and the onboards were like in the bumpers, and so you couldn't see anything. So
yeah, that's what I've heard too. It's like there's too much of that, so like you're missing a lot of the side by side action that you would actually see in the race. So,
yeah, because I was
but
watching it with my nana, and her thing, she was just about as upset as everybody else on Twitter was. Where we were watching, I don't remember what heat race it was. I think it was one of the heat races. Um, and we were watching the first three cars single file in line just drive around the track, and there was a fight for the transfer spot, and Fox was zoomed in on the leader as these people are banging doors for the transfer spot. It's like, why are we watching the leaders who are very obviously going to make the event, and these two are back here trading paint for the transfer spot, and we're missing it. We're missing the whole thing. So,
Yeah.
and that's what the commentators were yelling about. They're like, "Oh, we have this happening over here, but we're watching something completely different on the TV." And it's like, bro.
Like, come on, man. Even the commentators are calling you out.
Yeah, subtly. So now let's get into the spicy stuff. The actual heat races. I was actually slightly concerned after the heat races because Kyle Busch was on the pole for his and he won it, led every single lap. Then we roll into heat 2. Reddick's on the pole, led every single lap and won. Same thing with heat 3. Haley on the pole, led all the laps and won the heat. Going into heat 4, I was like, oh my god, is this going to be what it's like all day? Like, were you noticing that?
Yeah. I was thinking of that too. I was like, oh my gosh, like what if the fourth stage is going to be the same thing? Like it's just the leader's going to pull out and then they're just going to pull away. But I think I forgot who was in the last stage, but it was a pretty interesting race. Like they were still battling for the win. It was pretty close.
Yeah, because like I made this note over here. It's like all 4 heat races, the pole sitter led every single lap and then won the heat. And so going into the last chance qualifiers, it was 25 more laps. There were 50 lap races, but I was still concerned that whoever was going to get out front was going to walk away with it.
I was a little concerned about that because I felt like that was a little too long for like a last chance qualifier. I feel like they should at least made it at like 35 laps. I feel like 50 laps is a little too much. Like it's kind of extending it a little bit too much.
Okay. Well, there's a few people who would disagree with you, specifically the people in the second last chance qualifier. Like,
oh my god, that was a disaster. It was crazy.
Yeah, but before we move into the Ty Dillon situation, I just want to give a shout out to Pettyware Racing and Cody Awareness run today. That was incredible for that team.
It was, yeah.
They didn't make the show, but Jesus.
Oh no, they made the show. I think one of them, yeah, Eric Jones made the show.
Well, I'll say about specifically Cody Awareness. I know Eric Jones made the show, but it's weird seeing Cody Awareness up like that.
Yeah, it was kind of weird seeing that. Like, I mean, you always so used to see them running in the back, but to see them like running top 5 and up towards the front competing for the win, it was just kind of weird. But yeah, that was an exciting race.
It was exciting. And then there's the what was your guys? Were you getting all of your info off of Twitter, or was the PA system pretty good at keeping you guys updated?
I feel like Twitter. And well, the funny thing is that they had Wi-Fi there too, so that's kind of like one of the pluses that I liked about the LA Coliseum is that you had Wi-Fi, so you're able to kind of check Twitter, see what's going on. But I mean, the PA system, they did a pretty good job too. But I feel like we were getting most of our info from Twitter because you had people there kind of updating you every second.
Okay, because the reason I asked this is because of the whole Ty Dillon fiasco. That man had a wild day today. So, because that's something else. Fox didn't even tell us about that till I got the text from you saying that Ty Dillon was disqualified, and I was like, that can't be real. That's not right. And then we were watching Pitbull's concert on the TV. Not a word from anything. No breaking news. No nothing. I think we had like an entire Pitbull concert, a commercial break, before TV even told us that Ty Dillon was disqualified. Like I had already known by like 7 minutes at that point because I got the text from you and my Twitter was exploding. And I was like, oh my god, twice this man caught for jumping the start.
So much bad luck, and like you can tell that he did too. Like it wasn't like like really close. He kind of made it obvious, but yeah, I feel like Twitter was just kind of like the best way to kind of keep up to date when you're at the racetrack. Because I mean, the PA systems, they told us like probably 2 minutes later, but you're able to get that stuff a lot quicker.
I mean, even the PA system was faster than the Fox booth apparently. So we were watching Pitbull.
Yeah, you're watching Pitbull, and then it's like, hey, by the way, he's out.
I will say that run, I didn't think that second last chance qualifier was going to end. I thought the sun was going to go down before that ended. We were going to have 3 cars left.
I thought this was going to be a night race, to be honest.
It almost was.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good race. Like the last chance qualifiers really put like the icing on the cake as far as like the whole weekend. Just for somebody new into NASCAR, it kind of showcased like what short track racing is all about. You know, I mean, people that go to NASCAR races in California, they'll go to Fontana, and it's like a super speedway. It's all about speed. But if you go to the short track, you introduce that to a new fan. It's kind of like it's real excitement because you got bumping, banging, side by side racing, stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of cool.
I was gonna say they did put on a show. So rolling into the main event, I want to give it once again on Twitter. Shout out to Darian. Uh, he tweeted about Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, and who else? Who else did he tweet? He killed 3 drivers today because he tweeted about Chase Briscoe running well, and then he broke his axle. No, he broke his he had like driveline issues or something, and then he was tweeting about Tyler Reddick who destroyed his axle. I'm trying to remember who the third driver was because he tweeted about Justin Haley. He tweeted about Justin Haley, and then Haley went and
And then
destroyed
he
his
got
car.
yeeted into the
He got yeeted by Larson. I was like, bro.
Oh my god, that was insane. But yeah, I know that's like a lot of bad luck for those drivers. I was surprised by Reddick. Like it was so bizarre because like it was during like the caution flag lap, and then I just saw him slow down, and I'm like, oh, maybe he got a penalty for something. And then I saw him pull into the like inside the infield. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Like, what happened to him? But yeah, it's crazy what happened to them. Like as far as like the drive line, like he was just warming up his tires, and then he just broke the drive line like easily. So
Yeah, do you think that's going to be a concern going into the other races because he was warming up his tires and shifting when that broke? Do you think that's now in the minds of the other competitors going into Daytona?
I would say so, but I mean, like you're not doing that as much as Daytona. But I mean, if you're doing that kind of, I mean, I feel it was more concerning here because you're at such a short track. They're not getting as much speed, and they're trying to find any other way to warm up their tires, trying to figure out what to do. So I feel like Daytona, that's not too much of a concern. I would be concerned if they were going to a short track like Martinsville or
Yeah.
Bristol, but as far as like Daytona, I don't think that would be an issue. I mean, I would say maybe like inventory wise, I would say yeah, but as far as like you know warming up your tires at Daytona or something or Talladega, I don't think that would be an issue.
Okay. Well, I mentioned Daytona because it was the next race on the schedule, but I do see your point where it'd be a huge problem going into like Martinsville or Bristol where you're being smashed around on top of everything else that's happening around you.
Yeah, I will say though, like the durability on these cars is like outstanding because like I was watching them like throughout all the heat races and like they were like bumping and banging really hard. And I think at one point I saw Todd Gillen like he like literally knocked the fence down and he was still going.
Oh,
So
did he? Okay. I know he knocked
yeah,
the shit out of Almirola, so that was something.
that was before that. But yeah, he hit the wall pretty hard and like he was still able to go. So I mean, props to NASCAR with this car. It's a real durable car. I mean, if you were to do that with the last generation car, it's like you get a tire rub and your day's pretty much done.
Oh yeah, you'd be
You know, so
donezo.
but
So
yeah, I would say overall, like the racing here at the LA Coliseum was fantastic. Like, I would definitely come back next year. It's a fun race. It's exhibition. It's not counted for points. The format itself, it's perfect. Like it's broken down into like 25 lap segments. I would say maybe drop the field down a little bit more.
nah, make
Like
it
maybe
bigger.
instead of make it bigger,
Make it bigger.
put more cars on the track. I would say maybe drop it down to like 16, 17.
Okay.
But because I feel like 23, it was okay, but I feel like it was a little too much. But I like the concept of how like the whole qualifying thing is like, the last chance qualifiers, the top 3 get in, and then you have that one points entry where whoever doesn't make it but is higher in the point standings makes the race.
Yeah,
So
dude, Martin Truex Jr. and James Smalls looked like the smartest people on planet Earth after that second last
Yeah,
chance qualifier, because that's the race they would have been in, and they were like, "I'm not going out," and then oof,
they
that
were like the
was
cleanest car out of that last segment.
yeah, because they weren't on the track because Ty Dillon
Yeah.
turned into freaking bulldozer. He was pissed. I can tell. You
Speaking
went.
of people that were pissed, like Austin Cindric, like if he was like bulldozing through everybody. Like he would
Well,
like
yeah.
pass like 3 or 4 cars in like one turn. But
Ooh, speaking of pissed off drivers, guess what else Fox missed? Uh, the Blaney
the
incident.
Blaney.
The Blaney incident.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think
I
we
caught
were.
that.
You caught. Yeah, because you said you caught it. Actually, can you send me those pics? Oh, you did. You might have.
I don't think I sent them yet.
I don't
I
think you
still have
sent
to go
them.
through some of their photos, but
Yeah. Can you email me a few so I can bap them in this video while we're talking?
yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
Um,
Your shameless plug for
but
your
I
photography and a way to have B-roll. So
there you go. See, I even got the finger point from Almirola too, so that's a good one.
that's awesome. But yeah, they missed the Hans throwing because didn't he bring his car into the infield and then go and throw
Yeah, it
his
was fun.
Hans?
I was watching him too. Like I had my lens ready, and I saw he got out of the car, but he was like he kept like grabbing his Hans device, and I was like, oh, he's gonna throw it. And then like I just saw him like run towards the barrier and just chuck it. I'm like, oh yes, I got it.
Oh, I got it.
So
Someone has to have a video of this somewhere. There's no way nobody caught this.
somebody has to have it. I know it's somewhere out there.
I want to see this happen. I want to see this because I know Fox got the end of it where they got the Hans laying on the ground and then they got the dent that was in
Oh,
Eric's
and
car, but no one actually had the throwing of the Hans.
yeah, no, I think I got it. I'm pretty sure I did, but that was funny. I was like, I got it, I got it.
It's one of those things that happen so fast. You just gotta scroll back through your photos and check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I have a. I was like so excited, but I'm pretty sure I got a video or a picture of it. So but I feel like they should have like at least made this race a Saturday night race. I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, Sunday's still pretty fun, but I feel like
Yeah,
a Saturday night race at the LA Coliseum would be even better.
maybe. Hey NASCAR, put this in your notes. Saturday night, LA Coliseum, 2023. Okay. So
2023. I know they were talking about it too after the race because they already started like demolishing the track, but they're thinking about coming back next year. I think just because of how successful it was.
yeah, that was
Because I
gonna be
mean,
my next question.
it was completely different compared to like a regular NASCAR race. Because I mean, like I feel like any other NASCAR race, you just have like these long pauses between sessions. Like, let's just say like you go to a Sunday race, and you have like driver intros and ceremonies and stuff like that. I feel like they knocked it out of the park by like having the DJ, interacting with fans and stuff like that. I think that's what really sold it to them. I thought it would be kind of weird when they have like the DJ sessions between cautions. I was like, okay, it's kind of funky to have a DJ during a NASCAR race,
How did that work
but
out?
it was actually kind of cool because like it kind of hyped up everybody because like um, let's just say like when they're usually like when they start the race they have like the music playing in the background just to get everybody hyped up.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that, but it was like like more upbeat music just to kind of build up the anticipation of the race to restart again. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Okay.
It's got everybody excited on their feet. The Ice Cube concert was actually pretty cool too. Like it was
I was actually getting
it was
food
unique.
during the Ice Cube concert, so I missed most. I heard it happening on the TV, but I wasn't watching at the time he was on. But
Yeah. No, we went to like get food after, but it was cool. Like it's just something different. I feel like it kind of helps bring in like the younger generation too. It's not like a typical NASCAR race. So I thought it was fun. It was a fun event to go to. Like it was a fun event, but also an exciting race to watch.
so it was the best of both worlds. So it was a good experience to be there, and the racing wasn't bad. So
Yes, and I like the one thing I really did like was that like for Saturday they had like this fan fest. So like they introduced all the drivers like from the teams like they have Joe Gibbs, Penske, Hendrick, even like the smaller teams like Rick Ware. Like they introduce them to like the fans out there just to show who they are, what cars they drive, just to like pretty much introduce them to the fans to let them know who they are. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Okay. So we're coming up on 20 minutes here, just for the sake of not rolling for 6.5 years. Just for some quick closing thoughts. The new next gen car on track. How did they look? Because on TV they were beautiful. How they look in person
They
on the
were
track?
badass.
They were badass.
They were badass in person. I'm not gonna lie, I had chills when I first saw them.
Okay, I can't
So
wait. I
I'm
can't
I'm
wait.
really excited to see how they look at Vegas. I know I'll be at Fontana, but I'm really excited to see how they look at Vegas because that one looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
They do sound a little bit louder though.
they
I'm not
sound
gonna
like
lie.
they sound
They
louder.
sound a little
Okay,
bit louder. They have more like a rumble to it, I guess. But the way
okay,
that they sound, it just sounds really really unique. So
okay. Because one thing I wanted to tackle too was the number placement. For me personally, I didn't really
it
notice it
it
that much.
it grew on me. Like at first, I was kind of like, "What?" I can see it looks a little different, but after a couple days, it kind of just grew on me. Like it was just whatever.
Yeah, because it's like
It's
the
just
way
like
the
it's
cars are
the
wrapped,
new
the way the cars are
normal.
built. Really, I think it's the way the cars are built. I feel like that number placement on the Gen 6 would have looked horrendous, but I think it's the next gen model mixed with the new number placement. I think it. Some of them still look weird. There's some of them that I still don't like that much, but overall, I feel like
Yeah,
it's something I can get used
I
to.
think it has to do with like the paint scheme too, like the way
Yeah,
that the teams design their logos on the cars. So I think that helps out a lot. I think if they make it look natural, then
you're
it makes it look
scooching.
really nice. Oh, sorry.
Okay. I'm just like dancing my face. I'm gonna put it right on your face. Aha. Now I am you.
You are me and I am you.
Ah, no, I'm on top. I win. Anyway, so so the closing of the Clash means we got 2 weeks to Daytona. So we got a week of nothing. We have a week of sadness, and then NASCAR is back for the duels on Thursday. I don't have a
I think
date in front of me.
qualifying's on Wednesday.
That's right. Qualifying's on a Wednesday. Okay. I don't even think I'll be in town when they do qualifying, but I will be in town for the duels.
Ooh,
So
okay,
I might miss
cool,
qualifying, but I'll definitely be here for the duels and everything else.
nice.
And
Okay,
I
cool.
forgot that the truck series also unveiled new bodies, but we can save that for our Daytona video.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So we can cover that then. So so I feel like this is a pretty decent video to kick off our 2022 season.
Yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So to the three people watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to see more videos in the future. Drop a comment, a like, all that fun stuff. I will be very annoying about this because we're trying to help the channel grow. So without further ado, we'll see you in Daytona. This is Michael, here with my big boy Chris, and we'll see y'all in Daytona.
Peace.